Yes, hello everybody, and welcome to the Dynasty Hotseat, the only Dynasty show out there that is a certified inferno. And we're back with the weekly edition of the Worst Team Ever live. Thank you so much for joining me. If you were live, great to see you. If you're catching this after the fact, hey, great to see you as well. Records the same time every single Thursday. So hopefully I'll catch you next week if you haven't been able to see the show live. And hey, if you are here, why not leave a little like and a subscribe as well while we're at it. Also, hit that bell. If you want to catch it live, hit that bell. You'll know exactly when it's live. It'll give you a little notification so you won't miss a thing. If you don't know, this show is all about me and you. Yeah, you listening right now, the audience. We're taking the worst Dynasty team that you've ever seen in your life and trying to fix it up. Trying to make it as good as we possibly can. Dylan joining the chat. What's up, mate? Good to see you. Talking about, I need in this Dynasty. Yeah, last week we chatted a little bit about a potential worst team ever Dynasty Hotseat Dynasty League. I've got some ideas for it. I think we have enough people interested. It's definitely going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. What I might do is put out a tweet or something like that closer to the end of the season, and we'll get one absolutely set up. Missed last week's episode, but I'm back now. Well, luckily for you, I'm going to do a recap. So don't worry about that. We're going to do a recap of everything that happened last week, and then we'll get caught up to speed on this week for sure. Now, the big thing from last week was the Kirk Cousins trade offer that we got. So we got an offer in for Kirk Cousins. So in the comment section for the last video, I said, what should we do with the Kirk Cousins trade? That was the big question. So let's just see what people were saying about there. As Caliber joins in the action as well. Good to see you, my friend. Hopefully you're going to catch some of those college football games this weekend or in the next few weeks, mate. Yeah, definitely worth the watch. So what should we do with the Cousins trade? Matt C, 2 seconds and a third feels like a pretty good return for Cousins, but the wait for the picks will be frustrating. Yeah, I know, unfortunately. 27 first would be nice, but at least with the seconds, one of those picks is a year sooner, even if it's not as high, so don't value them differently overall. Yep. John saying maybe push for a bit more, like in a first, but I lean towards accepting it. Bryce saying, been here since the get, and I love the content you make. Well, thank you very much, Bryce. That's very kind to say. First time commenter, but I'm just curious. Hey, this is what I love. If you're watching this right now and you've never left a comment, love to hear from you. I like hearing from everyone. So Bryce, thank you so much for dropping a comment. If you get Levis for a 27 third, maybe because everyone is so low for him, that is something we're going to do on this episode. I don't mind throwing out third round picks for anyone, especially a quarterback. So let's give it a go. Let's see if we can go and shoot our shot on Will Levis for a third round pick. He said, obviously, Levis was quick, but his value is so low, we could steal him and then get rid of it. Get rid of him later. Yeah, Bryce, I think that's a great idea. We're going to do that on the show today. Mark saying, I would counter Cousins straight up for a first, and if they rejected, go back to the same offer. Though, if they watch the videos, they may not be happy with the offer anyway. Exactly. It's always a danger, right? Spelunk saying, accept that for sure. Your team is far away. You might as well have 2 or 3 shots at a breakout than one late first. Yeah, fair enough. BMU said, take the 2 seconds, package to something else, try and trade up and get a first round pick. Jamie joined the chat. Hey, man, good to see you, Jamie, a regular over in these parts. Callum saying, yeah, going to check out those college football games for sure. So the overwhelming comments was that we should accept that offer. So why don't we go and switch over and have a look and see what we were able to do with this. You'll see Kirk Cousins is in here from last week. Unfortunately, you'll also see we didn't get the job done, but we were close. We were pretty damn close, guys, because we got over 100 points, which is pretty good for this team. Chadley with 123. Kirk Cousins did ball out, got us 35 points. Dalvin Cook, I got that, yes. Dalvin Cook got us 3 whole points. I've been saying for the longest time, it's like the Cowboys have to roll with Dalvin Cook at one stage. He finally got at least somewhat of a chance. He got 6 carries on there. He got 1 reception. Maybe his role is going to grow. Let's hope so. Because we got Dalvin Cook on the squad. P. Ryan, Brian Thomas Jr. crushing it again. Eovas got his nothing, sadly. Schultz did pretty well. Tucker did a bit meh. Xavier Worthy did pretty well. And Rattler, my goodness me. Wasn't enough, unfortunately. So, sadly, we do drop to 2 and 6. Here's where we left off last week. If you remember, Jameis Winston, we sent out a third and a fourth, I believe it was, to every single person, apart from Nomad. We sent out an offer to everybody. And you can see a couple of free agent moves were made right as we went off the air last week. Look at this. Nathaniel goes, yes, please. I'll take that. Jameis Winston, see you later. He's off the team. We sold him. A third and a fourth round pick comes this way. I think that's pretty good return for Jameis Winston, who, we got Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Wouldn't be shocked to see Dorian Thompson-Robinson as the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns in the next few weeks. As good as Jameis looked in that first week, he's a guy that's pretty easy to prepare for, I think. And we've seen that enough in his NFL career that he's a guy that isn't too hard for defenses to make a game plan around. So we could see DTR coming in, who we have in this team we picked up from waivers last week. So happy to see Jameis leave for third and a fourth. Pretty good return. Then Chris Godwin goes onto the trade block. He could be an interesting one to try and target, see if we can get him cheaper right now than maybe we could earlier in the year. What age is Chris Godwin? He's 28. Yeah, maybe slightly too old for us to be buying, but it could be one where you buy him now and try and flip him for more a little bit later. That's a tricky one. For sure. Tyler Goodson got dropped. Pierre Strong got dropped. We managed to pick up Lucas Krull for Jacoby Brissett. Last week, I believe it was suggested to pick up Lucas Krull, so we managed to do that. Dropping Jacoby Brissett, who's obviously now the number 2 behind Drake May, and probably not going to be a starter anywhere else in the foreseeable future. I call Dalvin Cook the team mascot because that's what this guy is. He is the stalwart of the team. He is the mascot. He's going to come good until we have to sell him, which we will inevitably try and do. Eovas, we did pick up, dropping Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus almost had a nice touchdown last week, if I remember, but I think it was ruled out. But we got Eovas, who I think is a much nicer player to have in there. A trade went through Xavier Hutchinson at the third for DeAndre Hopkins. So see a Buckeye getting DeAndre Hopkins off Chadley there. Chadley getting Xavier Hutchinson and a third. An interesting role. I wonder if he knows something about Hutchinson that I don't. And yeah, then that just gets confirmed. Little handshake gesture. Lovely stuff. A couple of people get picked up. Mason Rudolph, Pierre Strong, Simi Fioco, that guy. DJ Turner also got picked up. And then the trade for Kirk Cousins. It went through. We did it. It was highly recommended by the comments that we accept this offer of 2 seconds and a third for Kirk Cousins. So there we go. He's off the team. And it's done. Kirk Cousins no longer part of Mags to Riches. Dylan said he loves that trade. I think that was maybe the Jameis Winston one. Hopefully you'll like the Kirk Cousins trade as well. I maybe would have tried to get a first, but I think we've been trying for so long to get a first for Kirk Cousins. This was, I believe, the best offer we were going to get for Kirk, who, let's not forget, he's old as hell. What is he? He's at least 36, right? So, yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal. We're loaded up on picks. It is saying, pleasure, Saitama. And then I mentioned, we've got loads of picks now, which is great because we had barely any whenever we first took over this team. So what I want to do now that we've done such a good job of selling is we need to start buying some people because we're going to be well over the roster limit here. So this episode is going to be dedicated to using the picks that we have to either buy better picks with those or go and buy assets with those. So we're going to take a real deep dive into some other rosters and see who's a good target for the 4th round and the 3rd round picks, and do we even want to go and spend some of the 2nd round picks as well? Pitcairn put Saquon Barkley and Sam Darnold and Tank Bigsby on the block. Wanty eventually processed the trade as Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, Ramondre Stevenson, and Zach Ertz went on the block. We were the lowest scorer, as usual, on the week. And then the trade finally goes through. Nathaniel picked up Malik Willis. And then we were able to pick up Khalif Raymond. That must be suggested by somebody. So Khalif Raymond goes through on our waiver wire. So he's now part of our team. That's quite a nice pickup. I think Raymond had a pretty big week. Yeah, look at that. 3 weeks in a row. Raymond's been pretty good, and who knows what's happening with his teammate, Jameson Williams. So Raymond could well be a very nice pickup. And then I put a little tweet, our little message saying, still looking to make some trades. So here's what I want to do today. Let's have a look at some comments before they pop up. What about Chris Godwin? Dilla saying, depending on the price, Godwin might be okay, but it might be hard. Yeah, I think that's a tricky one to profit from. I'm in agreement with you there. And then also saying, I think Cousins one is fine. Clearly, no one giving us a first. Yeah, we've been trying for weeks and weeks now, months and months now, to try and sell him off for a first, and we've got no luck with it, unfortunately. So not much that we can do there. Now, I see there's a trade here. Have I missed this, or is that... Ooh, I have. Oh, no, I didn't. I seen this. I did text back Anselmo saying that this is probably going to be rejected. I think this is... Well, actually... how bad is Anselmo's team? He's way up there. He's 6-2. All right. So this is going to be a late first. I mean, this is not good. Obviously, if enough people say smash accept, I'm going to have to. But we're getting Christian Kirk, Brandon Ayuk on a first. We're giving up T. Higgins and Brian Thomas Jr. I don't think I would do that for Brian Thomas Jr. alone. Never mind throwing in T. Higgins for free. I mean, leave a comment if you're watching right now. What do you think we should do with that trade? But I'm pretty sure I know the answer already. And it looks a little bit like that. Yeah, no chance. Absolutely not. But what we might do, team, is we might try and counter it. AJ joining the chat saying that's horrible. Yeah, it is. It's an awful trade. Chasing Breaker saying, yeah, that's an insanely lopsided trade. Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Like, it's give me the Higgins side with Brian Thomas. Yeah, easy. That's our side, Jamie. Definitely an easier one, though. I like the idea of buying Ayuk. Yeah, me too. So I think we can counter. I think we might think about getting Ayuk in. Maybe we could even move T. Higgins. I don't want to move Brian Thomas Jr., though. I think he's a cornerstone of this team. We could sell him if we get an insane offer. But yeah, not really convinced on moving him. I would decline that. Yeah, I'm not moving towards accepting that trade, but we can counter it. So let's have a look and let's see who we can get. Lamar Jackson, obviously, would be an immense piece. Would be an absolutely immense piece to go out and get. Trevor Lawrence is someone that we could go and target. We do need a quarterback, as you can see. Our 3 quarterbacks at the minute are Spencer Rattler, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and Mac Jones. So, yeah, that's pretty bad. Let's definitely have a think about quarterback for sure. So, Trev could be someone we try and buy from Anselmo. Let's have a look. He's got Gibbs in there. He's got Christian McCaffrey. That could be an interesting trade target. He's someone that you might be able to get for cheap and sell on. Devonta Smith, really solid piece. Michael Pittman Jr. Depends what happens, obviously, with the quarterback situation there, right? But I really like me some Michael Pittman Jr. But means Jalen McMillan, good player. Mike Evans, and they're a little bit old. Ayuk, we can definitely get. Parker Washington, not the worst player. Mark Andrews, George Kittle, and load of tight ends. Wow, load of tight ends. And of course, draft picks. That's what we're interested in for sure. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Brian Thomas Jr. out of this trade. He is interested in T. Higgins, obviously, though. So let's go ahead. Let's get rid of Christian Kirk. And we're left with Brandon Ayuk and a first. Now, that first is going to be a later first round pick just based on a Selmo's position in the league right now. So we could push to try and add some more in. What I would suggest, and let me know what you think, is we could maybe try and start. We got a load of third round picks and a load of fourth round picks. So we could try and start assembling something that resembles like this, right? Where we give up Higgins and a third and a fourth and pick up Ayuk and a first. It depends what people think about Brandon Ayuk. He's a really good player. His value has plummeted to where I would say T. Higgins is probably worth a little bit more. That's a bit lopsided, though, I think. It's going to be a tricky one to try and balance. I agree, though. Chasing breakers, Brian Thomas Jr. has to be a hole for us for sure. AJ said Ayuk and the first for T. Higgins and a second, but maybe start with a third. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking as well. Or maybe the third and the fourth in there as well. Tyler saying, going to have to miss a stream. I got financial accounting exam I got to finish studying for. Going to have to watch this banger of a video after my exam. Best of luck to you, Tyler. I know you're going to absolutely smash it. And if you need any examples of financial accounting, I want to use this team as we're gathering up those picks, hoovering them up excellently at the minute. Dylan saying, don't love T-Law unless the price is low. Yeah, I wonder if we can get him on a pretty decent deal, though. I wonder. Zach saying, is it Superflex? Yes, Zach, it is Superflex. So we're extra screwed, as you can see. AJ Ayuk and the 25 first Higgins and a third. Yeah. Ayuk and Pittman for Higgins plus something. Do we try and also get a Michael Pittman Jr. in this deal? We could do. What will we need to do? I wonder if we target Michael Pittman separately and try and get Ayuk in this first for Higgins, a third and a fourth. That means we're moving up into the first round pick. We're getting rid of some of these draft picks from 2025. Because if you look, we have a second, 1, 2, 3 thirds, and 1, 2, 3, 4 fourths, which is just going to be too many players for us to fit in the team. So if we can trade out one of those thirds and fourths, that's a pretty good start. I'm going to go ahead. I'm pretty sure, unless anyone's got super strong objections, but don't think they do. Zach saying, yeah, try that first. Let's go ahead and let's send that out. So let's counter with Ayuk and a first for Higgins, a third and a fourth. And let's see if Anselmo gets back to us on that one. Well, let's we're going to do things a little bit in reverse today. Because normally we save the team to the end, setting the lineup to the end, but this whole episode is going to be about buying. And that's why we want to kind of not skim over, but the team is fairly set in itself right now. So, and plus, I don't think there's a chance in hell that we win. Spencer Rattler's there. I don't think he's going to play. I think Derek Carr is probably back. If not, I don't even know if he will play as a starter, but he's the only guy that we can realistically put in there for now. In terms of everybody else, we need to pop somebody into the Superflex position. I think that might have to be Juju or Slayton. T. Higgins obviously is there as well. So we'll put T. Higgins in, will we? So T. Higgins in that Superflex spot. And I don't think there's too much else that we can really change here, to be honest with you. We could put in Darius Slayton, who's looked pretty good. We could take out Noah Fant, who's questionable right now. We know that Eovas didn't do well when Higgins was there, so maybe we put in Slayton for Eovas there. And then we'll just tidy up things in terms of the positions for early and later kickoffs, will we? I think that's about right. If anyone has any strong feelings, please leave a comment. Let me know. We could put in Khalif Raymond, or we could put in Juju Smith-Schuster. Noah Brown is an option as well. But to be honest, I mean, look, we have a 7% win chance. We're going up against Saitama, who's got Derrick Henry and Alvin Kamara, who might outscore us on their own. He's got Tyreek Hill. He's got Jamar Chase. He's got Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, Cooper Kupp, who's back. He's also now got Kirk Cousins playing against us. Guys, I don't like to be defeatist. We're screwed. We're not going to win that one, I don't think. So, yeah, I think we might have to resign ourselves to that one. We'll just leave that lineup for now. So, what I want you to do now is while I show Zach the picks that we have available to us, can you please leave a comment? Who should we go out and try and target? I've already got from a comment before Will Levis. We're going to go out and try and buy Will Levis for a third. And I've got a couple of other messages coming through, which I'm just going to note down. We're going to go and try and buy as many of those people as possible. Chris joining the party. Chris, we got that deal with the 2 seconds and a third. We managed to get that done for Kirk Cousins. That was the offer that was put in last week. So we got it done. We added more picks to the party. So today we're going to try and buy some players. We're going to try and add to it, get rid of some of those picks. We have too many, essentially. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to have a look and see the picks that we have. On injured reserve, by the way, we still have these guys. We have, I mean, how disappointing. How disappointing. I remember being so happy we managed to get him. Did we end up spending a third-round pick on this guy? Was it even a second-round pick? The third-round pick, the first pick in the third round. Delighted to get Roman Wilson. What has happened? And now he's on IR with a hamstring. Just try again next year, I think, for him. And then our taxi squad, Javon Baker. Again, lots of hype coming in. Almost nothing. In fact, literally zero from Baker so far. But, you know, he's not really had a chance. So let's see. These guys, literally nothing from them so far, sadly. So here are the picks that we do have. And you can see it's a lot. So we've done really quite well. 2025, not our year. Let's be honest. We have a second, we have 3 thirds, we have 4 fourths in there. 2026, however, look at this. We are absolutely loaded in the 2026 class. Let's keep our fingers crossed. We get some Arch Manning coming out. We get some other good talents coming out. I'm not sure. I don't think we can get a Ryan Williams yet in 2026. He's more of a 27 guy, but he would be someone that would be great to bring in. 2026, so 3 first-round picks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 second-round picks in 2026, along with 3 third-round picks and a 4th. And we got 2 seconds in 27 as well. So we've crushed it for the 2026 draft, which, you know, not the worst thing in the world. Looking at this 25 draft so far, there are no elite quarterbacks. Let's just be very clear about that. No quarterback is anywhere close to Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, even a Drake May. I don't see anything from those guys. Cam Ward's a hell of a lot of fun. Shadur Sanders is interesting, but they're nowhere near the level of those guys coming out. So we're not going to address our quarterback need. There are 1 or 2 really good wide receivers coming out. Ted McMillan, really good receiver. Luther Burden, really good receiver. You got loads of nice guys. But no one, again, no Marvin Harrison Jr. in there. No Malik Neighbors in there. Like, the elite side is on the running backs. And this team is so bad that we would probably have to sell them anyway. So maybe not the worst thing in the world that we have loads of 2026 picks available. So let's have a little look and see what people have been suggesting to go out and try and buy. Caliber saying JJ McCarthy could be a good buy. I absolutely agree. JJ McCarthy, we will try and buy him on this show. Dylan added, yeah, our lineup doesn't matter this week. Yeah, you're right, Dylan. It's not a big deal. Michael Penix Jr. as well. Yes. Perfect target to go out and try and buy for sure. Jason Baker said Javon's been a major disappointment. Yeah, really, really bad so far. 25 draft better than 26. Yeah, in terms of the value for sure. 2026 is kind of hard to kind of hard to tell who's going to be at the top of that class right now, because you have obviously most of the people declaring coming out, and then you have some of these 2027 stars, like you have Ryan Williams at Alabama, who I think is going to be 2027. You have I'm blanking on his name, the young guy from Ohio State as well, who's going to be 2027 as well. I think the absolute phenom wide receiver there, Smith, is it? Smith over at Ohio State. I think they're both 27. There's a chance we'll get Arch Manning in 2026, but not sure. It's unclear what the class is going to look like. Jamie saying people could be fed up with Rome Odunze. Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Let's have a look at Odunze as well. Yes, that is a great shout. That is a great shout. Brady saying, let's have a little look and have a look and see what the team is. Let's see, Brady. So our team, as of right now, we have got Spencer Rattler, Dalvin Cook, Samaje Perine, Trey Tucker, Darius Slayton, Dalton Schultz, Brian Thomas Jr., T. Higgins, Noah Fant, Xavier Worthy, Andre Uvas, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Anais Smith, who came off a injured reserve, by the way, Calif Raymond, Juju Smith-Schuster, Curtis Samuel, Noah Brown, Kendrick Bourne, Mike Gesicki, McCole Hardman, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, KJ Osborne, Mac Jones, and Lucas Kroll. I did not lie when I said this is the worst team ever. That is not any kind of hyperbole. It is literally the worst team I've ever seen. It is literally the worst team I've ever seen. So, yeah. It's, if you're new here, not hyperbole at all, as I'm sure. Let's have a look. Master Nature. Very good. They say the 25 draft was trash this time last year. Just at the picks at the fight. Exactly, yeah. You got to think of it like a pendulum. When we get to the 26 draft, that's going to look epic in our hand. It's going to be so good to build up all that value. GCS Smith from Ohio State is it? I did not know that was Geno Smith's cousin. Wow. I guess he got all the good genetics from that family. No, I'm teasing. Geno's obviously an absolute baller. Higgins for Rome and a 25 second. Ooh, I don't know if that would work. That would be epic if we could get Rome and a pick for T. Higgins. Oh, that would be absolutely epic. That would be amazing if we could do that. Chasing Breakers, yeah, it's ugly. Yeah, it's real bad. It's real bad. Timothy, welcome to the party, Timothy. Timothy saying, just got a hit on a QB and you'll be... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the QBs that we did have, we had Jameis Winston. We had Kirk Cousins. Those guys aren't helping us in the long run. We needed to ship them out and we needed to reload. Jeff Flash saying, another one to look up, picking up Jalen Wright. Agreed. I know Mostert got a weird sort of... He didn't really get a new contract, right? He got a pay rise, essentially. But I think Jalen Wright is one for the future for sure. So we'll have to look at him. I have Rome way over Higgins for Dynasty. Yeah, me too, Jamie. So I wonder if we would flip it and see if we can get... We could try and straight up. We could try and do it straight up. All right. So here are the targets I've got. Please keep dropping those in the comments. Any rebuild targets that you believe we should go out and try and get. Will Levis, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix, Rome Odunze, and Jalen Wright are all there. So we're going to try and see what we can get from them. Jamie saying Rome is my wide receiver 13 and Higgins at 22. I'm probably about the same, Jamie, I think. Chris saying, what about going out after Chase Brown? All right. Let's go out and see if we can get some Chase Brown as well, Chris. Let's have a look. Chasing Breakers, Rashee Rice, yes. Another great target to go out and try and buy. And Master Nature, 7. Were there 6 other people called Master Nature? Is that like, did you have to go with the 7? There's like really 6 other people. I say hang on to Higgins. He's going to play up this injury so he's fresh for next year. I agree. If he's wide receiver 1 at a new team, you're chilling. Are you terrified he's going to go to like the Titans or something though, right? It's like never the team you want. It's always the Titans, actually. It's never like, it's always like just people end up at the Titans and everyone gets sad. Like that's usually what happens with these free agents. But yeah, T. Higgins, I think if we don't end up selling T. Higgins or using him as a piece, we can still hold him and he'll still have that value for sure. Chris saying Jalen Waddle. Yep, another brilliant one. Someone who's obviously clearly talented. Tyreek's got a couple of years left in him, I would say, but Jalen Waddle's still really young and worth having a look at. Ben Ahoy, welcome to the party, Ben. How's it going? I'd avoid Levis. He's terrible. Rashee Rice is a great shot. Yeah, Levis. Levis, we're going to throw out a third or a fourth round pick on. This is a little punt. I think that's fine. I think we can afford to give up. What we're going to have to give up one of those pieces anyway. And he's a guy. I think it's a 2-year taxi squad, so we can just bump him. Oh no, actually, because he's already played a year, hasn't he? Yeah. Well, I'm not paying anything over a third for him. Put it that way. I mean, Higgins will be a 1 another team, and the Titans don't have the money. Okay, so hopefully not the Titans. I think Higgins is definitely good enough to be a 1. Definitely, though. 6 solids. Every single one is good, dude. Proud to be number 7. Yes, absolutely. 7. My favorite Master Nature is the 7th one, definitely, for sure. They just paid Ridley. Oh, okay, right. They just paid up for Calvin Ridley. He looked absolutely epic last week, didn't he? He looked amazing. Jermaine Burton. We just sold Jermaine Burton, I think. Did we? I can't remember. Was Jermaine Burton how we got Brian Thomas Jr., Jamie? I think I think that's how we end up getting Brian Thomas Jr. Yes, Jermaine Burton and J.K. Dobbins, and we got Brian Thomas Jr. Oh, that's such a good deal. That is such a good deal. That's going to look even better throughout time. So yeah, we could go out and offer for Burton, but it's kind of weird when we just sold him. If that makes any sense to you, but hey, I can ask and see, right? I can ask and see if we could go ahead and get Burton. Jordan Addison, he could be another pick. Excuse me, I've absolutely dropped my pen on the floor. Hold on, give me a second here, team. Trying to keep down all these notes that you're giving me. Yeah, Jordan Addison, that's another good. We're going to be busy today. Jordan Addison, let's get a little look at him as well. Cedric Tillman, is he available? Man, great. You guys have got full of good ideas. Cedric Tillman. Higgins to the Patriots would be my early bet. Yeah, I wouldn't be too shocked with that one either. That would be great, though. Team T. Higgins up with Drake May. That would be amazing, right? Caliber, Trey Benson. Yes, another one. Great player. Just needs that opportunity. And yeah, an absolute steal on Brian Thomas Jr. I agree. All right, we got tons of players to go through. I'm going to start making these moves now. Feel free to keep leaving in comments. I'll get to them as we move on. So let's go. I've just written them in a really random, bizarre order. But let's go ahead and let's try. No, let's not use this because that's terrible, right? Let's go ahead and see if we can find Jordan Addison. Let's start with him. Oh, no, here's the issue. This is my face right now when I see this. Because if you are new here and you don't know, this dude, Nomad, is the devil, right? He basically, we tried to buy people off him for about like 3 months. He did not answer. And then, is this your nemesis? Yes, he's my nemesis. You're right. You have to have a good nemesis in any good series, right? For 3 months, he didn't answer. And then he replied back to saying, I'm good after 3 months. And kind of just said, look, man, that's kind of like shitty. Like at least a counter or at least like something. Unlike we had sent like 3 or 4 trades. They just rejected them all. It was like, I'm good. And then it was kind of like, had to call him out in the group, said like, I've not heard from this guy in 3 months. He messaged in saying, I'm good. And then starts trying to claim that he's super active. It's like, dude, you're not active if you don't appear in 3 months. Please give me an absolute break. And yeah, you can see the regulars saying like, yeah, Nomad coming up. Just the absolute worst. So sorry, Jordan Addison is off the list. Apologies if you suggested Jordan Addison. Nomad has him. And look how sad Jordan Addison is about it. Yeah, I'd be upset too, buddy. Right. I'm sure we tried to buy Rashee Rice again before, but let's keep trying. Why not? If we can actually find Rashee Rice anywhere. No, this is bizarre. He's not here. Rashee Rice. CA Buckeye. All right. Let's let's see what we can do for Rashee Rice. And let's double check if he has anybody else in here that we're looking to see as well. That's Brendan Rice. Get the hell out of here, Brendan Rice. Don't want anything to do with you. I can't see Rashee anywhere. I might be just completely blind. Yeah. Has he been removed? Anyone else? Where? Oh, he's all the way down there. Is it because he's on injured reserve? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh. I'm sure you can see. I'm sure you can see. Yeah. Tim again. Like, is this just Nomad on like lots of different YouTube accounts just commenting on who to buy and just naming all his players just to mess with me? Like, maybe this, like Chasing Breakers and Ben and everybody else, you're all like just Nomad's little separate accounts. In fact, no, he's nowhere near active enough to be able to manage that, right? Nowhere near active. We call it Halloween here. Yes, Halloween. This is a spooky episode. Absolutely, for sure, a spooky episode, mate. This is not cool. All right, we move on. Sorry, no Rashee Rice. Will Levis. Let's have a look. Will Levis. Saitama owns Will Levis. He's 25. Wow. That's older than I thought he was. 25. All right. Fourth. No, there's literally no point to sending a fourth, is there? Do I want to send a third? We'll send 2 fourths. Because we need to burn the fourths. All right, 2 4th-round picks for Will Levis. Let's see. That's probably worth a shout. For sure. Right, JJ McCarthy. Let's have a look. Now, is he going to be down here as well? Because he's on injured reserve. Yes. JJ McCarthy. Now, he is owned by Sean M. So, what kind of deals do you think we should get for JJ McCarthy? As this is your Halloween experience. Yeah, and everyone's dressed as Nomad, it seems. Just absolutely killing me. Next level trolling. Yeah, you're right. This guy's just is on me like white on rice. Absolutely. Hey, Dylan said, thank you so much. Can everyone drop a like for the algorithm for our guy Mags? That would be very kind if you haven't already. Dropping a like, and if you want, hit subscribe as well. Always helps on the march up. The Mayo Prince. Yes. Well, I mean, I am from Ireland, not from County Mayo, but we can give that title to Will Levis for his love of another type of Mayo for sure. Try and get Bryce Young for cheap. Yeah, I do like that. Let's try and get Bryce Young on the cheap, Zach. That is a good idea for sure. What's his team look like? All the players that we're trying to buy. So he's probably going to Bryce Young, going to be on it probably. Michael Penix, Roma Dunze, Jalen Wright, Chase Brown, Jalen Waddle, Trey Benson, and Cedric Tillman. Probably all those guys. Can you scroll through? It's like, yeah, I'm going to go through the whole team now in a minute, mate. Absolutely. Rattler and a second to try and get JJ McCarthy. Don't know if that would get it done. Maybe. That'd be good. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Higgins for JJ and a 25 seconds. Maybe. All right, let's have a look. So, Sean has got Jalen Hurts, Gardner Minshew. Oh, yes, we sold Gardner Minshew, I believe, to Sean. I think we got a 2nd-round pick for Gardner Minshew, I think we got a 2nd and a 4th, actually, for Gardner Minshew. So we managed to sell him off there, which was quite good. He's got Sam Howell in there as well. Does he have any of the other players? Blake Corum, Charbonnet, Mitchell, Algier, Jacobs, Elijah Moore, George Pickens, Darnell Mooney, Etienne Perry, Jake Cowing. That's interesting. Cooks. Gallup, who's retired. He's holding on to him for some reason. He's an interesting one, isn't he? Jameson Williams. Talented player when he's on the field, but wonder if people are getting a little bit fed up of him. He could be an interesting one. Cole Kmet in there. Henry Hawkinson. I think we tried to buy Hawkinson before off him, but he wasn't really having it, which was a shame. Because obviously now he's coming back. All right. JJ McCarthy. I'm more than happy to give up some second round picks for JJ McCarthy. More than happy. And we've got loads of them in 2026. Let's try and avoid giving up ours. Let's give Sean his one back. And let's give him Wanty's one, because Wanty's quite good, isn't he? Would 2 second round picks be enough to get JJ McCarthy? It's enough probably for Sean to have a think about it and maybe counter it. Maybe. There's not much we can give. A lot of the time when you're trying to buy a quarterback, it's quite good to give one back, but we don't really have that luxury, sadly. We don't really have the luxury. We could throw in Rattler, but I don't know if that's going to... I mean, maybe. Maybe it just looks better aesthetically for him to see he's getting a quarterback on the other side. And Rattler isn't much to us, really. A guy like JJ McCarthy, much more valuable. We assume is going to play next year. Assume he's going to play. Sam Darnold's been looking pretty good. Sam Darnold's been looking great, but I think JJ will be the guy to go and play. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Jameson Williams a good buy. Let's do a separate offer for Jameson Williams then, will we? Let's go out and see if we can do a second offer for Jameson Williams for sure. Let's have a look and see. We got loads of comments coming in. This is absolutely great. Rattler and the second caliber saying, yeah, I think that might not quite be what I mean. Taylor joined the party. What's up, Taylor? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm not sure he's going to move JJ with that sad QB room. Yeah, it might be tricky. Yeah, that quarterback. It's worth a shot. With your second being early, that might be too much with Higgins. Do you have a mid to late? Yeah, so I'm not going to give up our second, I think, on purpose. A couple of people saying, yeah, GMO. Okay, we'll definitely go and try and buy him for sure. Do Higgins for JJ and a second. Yeah, that could work, but we're trying to get rid of some of these picks. I think, Zach, is the main point of this, because we have so many. We're going to be miles over the roster limit here. So I think trying to get rid of some of them will be quite good, even though I do like that deal for in general. Anything past 2.7 Higgins is about an even trade for McCarthy. Yeah. I think we can get him for cheaper than giving up T. Higgins. Higgins like the last big piece we have to sell. So I'm like, do I really want to risk that on a JJ McCarthy? I'm not sure. Chasing Breakers likes that offer. And then I've got loads more things coming in, which is great. Snorkelson, welcome to the party, man. Nice to see you. Offer a third for GMO. Dan Campbell sounds like he has his back. Yeah, we could just go ahead and just offer a third round pick. Yeah, chuck it in. Add a little probably because he used a first on JJ. Yeah, he did use a first, I'm sure, to get JJ McCarthy. I wonder if 2 seconds, if he's one of those guys that thinks 2 seconds is equivalent to a first. I think this is, Chasing Break said, it's a good starting point. Caliber was saying it's a good starting point. And yeah, let's keep Rattler. Let's send it. And let's see if, I think this is one that's good enough to at least get some kind of counter. So let's go ahead and send it. And if we don't get anything, I can maybe message them and say, what's up? Like, can we get a little bit of an update on this? So, all right, that's some offer sent out. Let's go to the next one. That's Michael Penix Jr. That's Chadley. So, oh no, sorry, we were going to go. I've got Jameson Williams written in. Don't worry, I'll come back to him later. Michael Penix Jr. Let's have a look who else is available here. Joe Burrow, Stetson Bennett, Michael Penix, Justin Fields, Jordan Travis is in there as well. Brian Robinson, Jerome Ford, Jalen Wright. No, that was somebody else. Yes, it was. Ty Chandler, Tyler Beatty, Braylon Allen, Zay Flowers, Todd McConkey, Jerry Jeudy, Jacoby Myers, Xavier Hutchinson, Troy Franklin, Greg Dortch, Jalen Hyatt, Xavier Gibson, Jonathan Mingo, Malachi Corley. He's done nothing. He was meant to be this. He was meant to be a pretty good prospect. He's done absolutely nothing. I wonder if he's been injured. Little Jordan Humphrey, worst name ever. This guy again. John Mechie. Okay. Isaiah Likely and some guys. All right. Eric Hall. He's okay. He's okay. Right. Eric Hall. Yeah, not bad. So we do have two people here, Jalen Wright and Michael Penix Jr. Those are the two options. Now, what do we do to get those guys? That's we have absolutely almost nothing to offer. DTR we have again, but I think we save him. I think Rattler we can throw in as a piece again. I think we might have to give up a first round pick in this one. We do have 3. So Saitama, we might want to give up his, or we might want to give up Nomad's. Nomad's got a pretty good team. So if we give up Nomad's first round pick in 2026, that's still not quite going to be enough. I don't think. Because Jalen Wright would have cost a second. Penix would have cost a first. I think we would have to add on at least. Let's fire in a third from Saitama. And let's fire in a fourth as well, because we need to get rid of some of these picks, as we know. And then, will that be enough? I don't think that's enough. What do you guys think? I don't think that's enough. I'm not sure. 2 seconds won't be enough, but give it. Oh, this is for the last deal. Yeah, this is for the last deal. If he wants to merge them, I do a first and second for JJ and GMO. Yeah, I would do that as well. Yeah. Yeah, agreed with him as well. Picks always worth more close to the draft you get, and doesn't count as roster spots until you pick them. That's true. We have a couple of thirds for future second around draft. Yeah, that's also another option that we can do for sure. Tight end premium, yes it is. Chris saying is crush B-Rob, not Bijan, the other one. Jalen Coker. Do we have him already? Do we have Coker already? I'm not sure. Let's have a look and see what we can get for Coker. Well, I think we might have him for some reason. Bought Corley for a 4th rounder. Yeah. Jalen Coker. Lots of people saying Jalen Coker. Okay. Give Nomad's pick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got a pretty good team. Master Nature saying keep the firsts. Yeah. Try and keep the firsts. Okay. Let's keep our first then. Hold on. Let's have a think then. Penix is a sneaky secondary piece. Go for a higher target. Involve Higgins and a first. Sneak Penix into the deal. Okay. Who would be the higher target? Joe Burrow. He's not going to sell Joe Burrow and not get anything back. What if we do... What if we just do... Just 2 seconds for Michael Penix? And a third and a fourth? Yeah. All right. Hold on. All right, second. And second. These are some of the same pieces we use in the other deal, but first come, first serve. 2 seconds, a third and a fourth, and then Spencer Rattler, just to make it look a bit better, for Michael Penix and Jalen Wright. I'm not sure that gets it done, but I've had enough people saying let's not use up that first round pick. So yeah, let's Let's take that back. Let's go 2 seconds. Third and fourth. Spencer Rattler in there as well. Michael Penix and Jalen Wright joining the party. That could be quite nice. They are, because they're not starting. It is like, ugh. They are a bit risky. But that's probably what it's going to need to be to get those players. That's probably what it's going to need to be. 2 seconds, a third, a fourth, and Spencer Rattler to get Michael Penix and Jalen Wright. Okay. Well, that's interesting, Jamie. Penix went most drafts in the seconds. Yeah, that's true. I'm acting like he was a first round pick. Just remember, he's first round pick in the NFL draft, but actually, in the rookie drafts, he was a second round pick, wasn't he? So let's chop off one of those seconds and go second, third, and fourth, and Spencer Rattler for Penix and Jalen Wright. Okay, let's do that. I'd be delighted if we got that. So let's go ahead and do that. And hopefully we get a response. Okay, let's go. Oh, I'm not going to be able to spell his name, am I? Jim. If I type in Williams, it's going to be an absolute sea of Williams. Oh, there he is. Nope, that's not him. Right, this is Jamal Williams. Cool. Running back. No. Oh, there we go. Someone said just throw out a third for Jameson Williams. I like it. I'm happy to throw out a third. Saitama's third. He's got a pretty good team. Let's see if we can get Bite for Jameson Williams. Definitely a good idea. Bryce Young was next on our list. Pitcairn owns him. He also owns Sam Darnold. He's looking to sell players, I assume. I think we could probably go and offer. Could we just offer a third for Bryce Young as well? Let's throw it out there. Let's throw out a third for Bryce Young. Now, who was told about Coker? You see who has him? Yeah. Everyone else see that? Yeah. It's actually unbelievable. Like how many players that you guys are suggesting that ends up on this team. It's crazy. James said traded Christian Watson my draft for the 205 to draft Penix. Yeah, so fair enough. Yeah. Just I swear I'm not picking players up his roster on purpose. He must just have a stronghold. He must just have a stronghold on all these types of players. Well, let's go and look up Rome Odunze next. Let's see if Odunze is also on that roster. He's not. He's on Nathaniel's roster. All right. Nathaniel's been a great trade partner of ours over the last couple of weeks. So let's see if we can get Rome Odunze. Who else does he have? He's got Jameis. He just bought him off us. And a couple of guys, a quarterback. Hitchan's there on the block. Hitchan's on the block. That's interesting. He's one of those running backs who I really do believe in long term. So he would be an interesting one to try and target. Trey Benson, who was also mentioned, is there. I'm going to pop on Achan there as well. Let's have a look. Achan is there. Anyone else? Jalen Waddle is also there. He's got loads of guys. All right. Aki Pearsall's an interesting one. And okay. All right. So Odunze, Benson, Achan, and Jalen Waddle are all available on this roster. So there's no way we're going to be able to get all four. I don't think. Just based on the pieces that we have, I don't think that is possible. I don't think anyway. Is it? No, it's just not. So why don't we go ahead and look at the wide receivers, because that's where we want to start rebuilding from. So T. Higgins. And then we're giving up T. Higgins. He's a wide receiver anyway, right? That we want to build around for sure. And the problem is the team just sucks so bad. All right. Draft picks, Odunze and Waddle. Why don't we start with just Odunze? I wonder if we can get him. I don't think a second round pick will do it. I think someone has suggested that, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Second, third, and fourth. I don't think that's enough either. We can send it and see if Nathaniel counters. We can send it and see if he counters. I don't think that's enough, but we could get lucky. Let's just go ahead and hop back in here and look at Waddle. I think we can get Waddle for cheaper. I had to send out. Let's send out a cheeky, very cheeky. But if you don't know, you don't find out. Let's see if we get Waddle for a second. That's very, very mischievous and cheeky. But let's see. Let's see if we can get anything there. Who else was on this list? Trey Benson. Where's Trey Benson? There he is. Trey Benson. Let's use up some of those third round picks that we have to burn, shall we? 2/3. Trey Benson again. That'll be epic if it works. I'm not quite sure it will, but we're kind of spraying the block here. I think we can't afford if everyone ends up hitting here. That would kind of crush any kind of picks that we have. But we'd end up with a lot of good players, so it'll be nice. Who was the other one? It was Devin Achan, wasn't it? It was Achan. That was kind of a suggestion from me. I think he's just had a big week though, so he's probably not going to be able to make it out there. Because yeah, you're right. He'd be the most expensive for sure. For sure. Waddle. Yeah. I'm not sure that trade for Waddle is going to work. I'm not really sure. Do Higgins for Rome and a 25 third. Yeah. If it comes down to using T. Higgins, I think we can. I'm just very aware that he's the last piece that we have. Yeah. He's the last bit of value that we have to trade on this team. So if we want to gather up more first round picks, which I know people love, T. Higgins is literally the only player we have left that can do that. So, yeah, it's super tricky now. We've done such a good job of selling everybody that, yeah, it's super tricky. So I can tick off Benson, Waddle, so Chase Brown, Cedric Tillman, any others coming in? Christian Watson. All right, Taylor, let's have a look and see if we can have a look. Christian, his health worries me, but he is so good when he's fit and healthy. His health does worry me a little bit, though. Strong running back class, might as well focus on the the running backs are awesome in this 25 class for sure. Higgins / second for Odunze. Yeah, if it comes down to it, I'm happy to use T. Higgins to get Odunze. I'd rather not. I'd rather keep Higgins and use him. But yeah, if we get a counter, then that's fine. Absolutely fine. Taylor, what about Worthy in a second for Odunze? Yeah, that would have been nice as well. We could use Worthy. I'm happy to do that. Let's have a look. Hopefully not so cheeky it kills the Rome discussion. Yeah, I hope so. I hope not. Benson, Spears, and Marshawn Lloyd could be targets. Marshawn Lloyd I like as well. I do like Lloyd. He is injured at the minute, so we could definitely have a little look at Lloyd. Let's put him in the notes. Lloyd. 2/3 of Benson's a crazy. Owner's feeling shaky. Yeah, because he's done not a lot. Tyron Tracy. Yeah. The issue is he's coming in hot right now, so I think we'd have to overpay for him at the minute. I'm happy to wait and see. Hopefully if next week he has got a bit of a cooler, slower game, we could maybe swoop in for Tyron Tracy when his price goes down. I think now is not the right time. Not the right time to do it. I don't think. You ain't selling Higgins for Denzel Pickney. Yeah, it probably would need to be the other way around, sadly. Dylan's off home. Cool. Happy Halloween, mate. Thank you for joining. Jimmy said, never buy running backs in a rebuild. Yeah, not for Not for anything expensive. Yeah. And it would be just on the point of trying to flip them. So a guy like Trey Benson, if James Conner goes down, if and when he takes over that job, it would be just about like flipping him. Tyron Tracy, yeah. Is he a long-term guy? That's the thing. Like, is he going to be someone we can flip and sell? I'm not really that sure. So we got a couple of names left on the list here. So let's go ahead and let's go and find Christian Watson. He's on Nathaniel's team. I feel like we've spammed Nathaniel with about 20 offers. So what I'll do is I'll put on my note board up here, buy Christian Watson, and we'll do that next week because I don't want to spam Nathaniel with 6, 7 offers right off the bat. So I'll put it up there. Let's have a look and see. Lloyd. He's also got Lloyd. Right, all right. I'll put that up there as well. Buy Marshawn Lloyd. So again, I don't want to spam Nathaniel, try and buy literally all of his team all at once. So I'll not put an offer for Lloyd. Let's have a look. Chase Brown. Chris, you love yourself some Chase Brown. I'm not a big Chase Brown guy. I'm not going to lie. He's been doing okay, has he? Yeah. I'm not a big Chase Brown guy. All right, hold on. I'll write because I'm very conscious that we're about to head over an hour. So why don't I message Anselmo on the price for Brown and then see if he gets back and we can look at that next week. And then the other one was Cedric Tillman, whose price is going to be skyrocketing right now. Cedric Tillman is on Bills Mafia, so I'll message him as well. Message Bills Mafia about Cedric Tillman. Let's just, before we go, see, have we had anything coming in? Oh, is that a counter? Yeah, hold on. Yeah. I think we have a counter, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, it's not quite the same thing. It is much better. Because we would get Kirk, Ayuk, Pittman on a first. For T. Higgins and Brian Thomas Jr. I'm still inclined to say no. But what do you guys think? That's going to be the pin question on this video for those people who are not able to watch live. The pin comment is, what do we do with this trade? It isn't bad at all. It isn't bad. It's Christian Kirk, it's Brandon Ayuk, it's Michael Pittman, and a first-round pick for T. Higgins and Brian Thomas Jr. I don't love it, but I'm not the voice here. I'm just speaking through you guys, through the audience. So make sure you leave a comment on the video if you're not watching live and let me know what you think about that trade and if you would counter it in any kind of way. So, guys, we're going to wrap it up there because I could stay chatting shit with you all night. But we've just gone over the hour mark. Hopefully everyone's had a very happy Halloween. Thank you so much for joining me on this Halloween night as well, or afternoon, or wherever the hell you're watching from. Or thank you for watching it later. If you have not already, please be so kind as to leave a like on this video, leave a subscribe as well, and of course, make sure you're checking out some of the other content. The first 2025 rookie mock draft on the Dynasty Hotseat just dropped yesterday. So make sure you check it out to see what this 25 class is going to look like. We're going to spend these picks, so you may as well see what kind of players we're going to be able to get on those picks. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for joining. And this has been another episode of the Worst Team Ever. Hey, at least the worst for now. And just remember that greatness isn't born, it's built. See you next time.